Good morning, everybody. How you doing? It is dark 30 here in the bog down here at the Barlow Observation Group in wonderful South Mississippi. Got something on my mind. I just watched a video maybe an hour ago, and I've been chomping on it, been chewing on it, and it's time for me to, I got old Big Jim's got to do what old Big Jim's got to do. So in front of y'all see this. It's just a regular, just a regular old folder. Got a few pocket knives in it, and I'm gonna open it up for y'all. Give y'all a view in here. Okay, well, this is my folder that I keep my Roachcraft blades in. Loosahatchee Jack, French Broad Jack, Moose, Trapper. There's one of my Barlows. Of course, y'all know me. I ain't gonna argue Andy Armstrong, but that's a Barlow right there, Loosahatchee. Anyway, over here and I got a couple more that are not in here, mainly because I've been toting it. And there's a couple of upriders in there, y'all. I mean, this equal opportunity, folder here. But this is my latest one, and this is the Loosahatchee Jack in Stag. I picked this up in the second sale. Just a great Barlow. I call it a Barlow. It's got a little crack right there, but I stabilized that with a little super glue, and 4 or 5 people in my world have this knife now. And the reason it's not in the folder is because I've been toting it. But anyway, the knife that we're talking about today is right here. Okay, and there's been an epic release on that knife. That came out yesterday, and that's the Otter Creek Barlow. And I'm going to take this knife out of here and going to have a look at it. Of course, y'all know that old Big Jim, I'm not a terrorist on a pocket knife. This has certainly been carried, and but anyway, I'm going to pause this video. I'm going to change the setup, and we'll come right back, and we'll talk a little bit more about this pocket knife and the reason for this video. So y'all give me just a second. You're going to notice on the screen there, I got a few Roachcraft stickers. This is probably the oldest one I got. Well, that's probably the oldest one I got. That's one of the OG stickers, but this is a 2021 here, and this is the newest one. This is the 2025 the Halloween sticker. And then this right here is the Andy Armstrong. That's his maker's mark. And you'll notice that on these knives, that symbol is on each and every one of the knives that he designs. Of course, there's a whole cast of characters at Roachcraft Blades. Swags, and I think the owner or the co-owner or the person, the guy that sat down on the edge of the creek with Andy Armstrong and had a discussion about doing Roachcraft blades. I think their last name was Rose. His son, I think, is one of the designers, or the guys that come up with concepts and stuff for these knives. But anyway, Andy Armstrong has been on the knife scene for a pretty good while, and he worked at Smoky Mountain Knife Works. He's been involved in the knife community for a long time. So, but anyway, last night I watched a video, and it's called "We Finally Made It," or "We Finally Got There." I don't know. I can't remember the exact title of it, but I'm going to link it in the description. And it is by Choir Boys Outdoors. Okay, now y'all, a lot of people call him Scab, but I, with total respect, call him Mr. Scab. Okay, I mean, I know his name. He lives up here in what we call the curve of the Gulf. I'm in Mississippi. He's one of those Florida Panhandle, Lower Alabama. I mean, he knows. I know his real name. Follow him on Facebook. I've seen him on TikTok. They call him Scabo on TikTok. He's just all over the place. He's even got. I heard him do a rant one time about being on Tumblr, and I don't even know what the heck a Tumblr is. But of course, I got a Tik and I got a Talk, but I'm not sure if I have a TikTok. But anyway, Mr. Scab, over the last 365 days, has taken this knife and done everything but cut. Well, he's even cut himself with it. He's cut industrial tubing. He's cut tires. He's stabbed tires. He has done now. I'm not going to sit here and go through a cut test with this pocket knife, y'all, because why? He has 365 days of cutting with this knife right here. Now, the knife that he got, he has sharpened it about every 25 to 30 days. The blade profile has changed quite a bit. Now, I watched the entire video that he put out, and I'm a Barlow guy. I mean, the Barlow Brigade, the reason that I have that name is because the first knife I ever got was given to me by my father, and it was a Barlow. And I'm pretty sure that's where Scab gets his Barlow madness from. I've watched just about every drop that he does when he does one of the cutting tests with this. And I've seen him cut electrical wire. I've seen him cut tubing. I've seen him cut 5-ply or 4-ply air sandblasting hose. That's what he does. He's an industrial resurfacer, or I don't know exactly what he calls himself, but he does a lot of sandblasting. He redoes. Y'all look at the grind on that. Okay? Just a beautiful pocket knife. But anyway, this is my shout out to Mr. Scab and his dedication, not only to the knife community, not only to the veterans, not only to drug addiction, not only to the men in blue, but to Rosecraft Blades, who I will certainly tag in this video, along with Mr. Scab, and let y'all know that the first knife I got from Rosecraft was the orange, the Beaver Creek Barlow. I mean the Otter Creek Barlow. I'm sorry, the Beaver Creek Barlow, the orange one with the sheepfoot blade. This is one that I've just acquired probably in the last 4 or 5 months, but I've toted it, I've cut with it. Just a wonderful knife. So let me leave y'all with this. If you are not buying Andy Armstrong and his crew's knives made overseas in Asia, y'all are missing the boat. Okay, y'all have the boat has sailed completely on y'all, and y'all just don't have a clue. D2 steel, excellent, man. They make fixed blade. Now they're getting out. I think they're moving away from the modern type knives, and I've got two. There's two of these that I've got on my list right now. One of them is the Senator. They got one that's in that mossy gray, mossy brown. Boy, that thing is beautiful. And then the other one would be the sow. There's a sow belly. I'd like to get that in stag if I could. Brother Dwayne Clark dropped that video yesterday on that. Of course, me and my nephew, Bubba at Bubba's EDC, we talk about Rosecraft pretty regular, and they're like Brother Scab. They're ambassadors for the brand. So the only way I know how to end this video is to tell y'all, first of all, that y'all need to support our veterans. Freedom isn't free. Okay, it comes at a cost. And that cost is the lives, the thoughts, and the memories of all of our veterans. Okay? Support the blue. I used to be one of those guys, drug addict. I always thought the cops were against me. I always thought they were out to get me. But now, I tip my hat to every law enforcement officer I see. I tell them good day, and I wish them a great day. Guys, veterans, the numbers vary, but there's 22 veterans a day that take their life from suicide. That's just not acceptable. We got to move from that. The only number that's acceptable would be 0. And last of all, or next to last, let me say, if you're a drug addict, quitters never quit. Okay? If you quit and start back, you're not a quitter. You're just a pauser, okay? And drug addicts, pausers don't work. Quitters never quit. Okay, let me say that one time. Quitters never quit. And lastly, and really the only way to end this video is to tell y'all that he's Scab, and none of us certainly will ever be. All right, guys. Rule number 9, Jesus Christ is Lord of my life. I love each and every one of y'all. And don't forget to keep a Band-Aid handy.